fighters presented by Comcast Cable. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the Strikeoff Bantamweight division. Introducing first, the man standing to my right and fighting out of the blue corner. He represents OBX Fight Club and makes his professional debut tonight. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 131 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Cody Turbbit. His opponent awaits across the cage and fights out of the red corner. He represents Smooth Moves Kickboxing and makes his professional debut tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall with an official weight of 129 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Alexandria, Virginia, Nathan Smooth Boisvert. Your referee, Todd McGovern.
Fighter, you ready? You ready?
Okay, so we're ready now. We have our second fight of the night. It looks like we got Nathan Boisvert in the red corner and Cody Turbbit in the blue corner. And don't let these records fool you. Both of these guys have extensive fight experience. It's not in this big stage.
Both are making their pro MMA debut tonight. Amani, absolutely. But Nathan, already a professional kickboxer, many amateur fights. He is a very talented, very quick striker, dangerous from just about anywhere on his feet. Now, Cody, on the flip side of things, a more well-rounded fighter, training with some of the biggest camps in the world, Team Alpha Male, the Black Zillions. There, he has gotten the experience that really, no matter how many amateur fights you go through, you just can't pay for that type of experience. What you get training with those big camps with the top fighters in the world is something that is always going to transition into the cage. Already putting the pressure exactly where he should be, which is really tying up a dangerous stand-up fighter like Nathan and using that cage to hopefully bring him to the ground. We're going to see if that's actually effective and if Nathan can either work his way back into his feet or succumbs to the clinch work of Cody Turbbit.
Yeah, that was actually a smart idea for real because Nathan was landing some really interesting strikes from the front. He was throwing out the lead leg roundhouse. He was also doing a lot of good strikes and feints. And so Cody had to take it against the cage because we, as a crowd, saw the disadvantage. But now, right now, it's sort of a stalemate against his cage position. And we'll see what's the next level of this fight will go.
Now, although Nathan is primarily a stand-up fighter, that does not mean that he doesn't have a lot of groundwork available to him at his training facilities. He was with Kaizen for some time. Very strong, well-rounded mixed martial arts fighters. Very strong Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program. What Cody needs to do, though, instead of staying in that clinch where he seems to not really be having the success that he wants, is switch over into a leg takedown. Hit something, a single leg, a double leg, tie up Nathan's legs and force him to the ground like that. Once he's on the ground, he is a blue belt. He is coming to us from Outer Banks Fight Club, trained by Omar Santiago, a black belt. So we're going to see how much of that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and how much that training from the Outer Banks Fight Club starts to work in his favor.
Yeah, he's trying to do what you're saying right now, trying to get into the ground, but it seems to be a no-go. I mean, I saw Nathan come out with some members of Capital MMA, and I've trained there, and I know how extensive they work on clinch work and cage work. More than a lot of other MMA schools, they actually focus on the things that you only find in MMA, just like this cage fight battle right now.
And Nathan has switched over to Capital MMA, another very talented mixed martial arts school, but they have a very strong focus on Muay Thai. Nathan, obviously a Muay Thai fighter, switched camps to be hopefully in a more conducive environment for what he wants to do.
Yeah, and look, we have a break in the action. This clinch is going nowhere, so now we're going to see what the stand-up of Cody is as he faces off against the professional kickboxer himself, Nathan.
You can really tell just how comfortable Nate is on his feet. A lot of great footwork, moving his hands up and down. holding his hands a little bit low for my liking, even though he's a very talented fighter. That doesn't mean that if Cody wants to throw something quickly, if it lands, it lands, especially at the flyweight division. We're not huge guys. We're really not designed to take the same kind of punishment that a lot of these heavyweight fighters are. So it's just wiser to keep your hands up and fight the smart fight.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. That's your division right there. So you know what it's like when you see the punches coming, and you have to rely on a little bit more. You have to rely on a little speed and technique, because that one-punch knockout doesn't always come in their division.
And they come very, very quickly. That is one thing about the flyweight division. Might not be the size and the power as some of the heavier weights, but at the same time, we are moving lightning fast in that cage.
Speed and velocity equals power, and we're looking for some more speed from Nathan right now. He's trying to land those signature strikes. He hasn't done any serious combinations, but there he goes, classic Muay Thai. Going to jab to the face, kick to the leg.
Nathan is definitely being very methodical in his approach right now. I think that he knows just how much of an advantage he has standing up. Cody is, I mean, there's really no other way to put it. Cody is running from him right now.
Yeah, basically. Nathan is taking the center of the cage, and he's going after him. Yeah.
I mean, footwork, using his footwork to keep space is an understatement. He's straight up running right now.
So Cody, I don't really understand his plan of attack. Is he trying to counterattack? Because he hasn't thrown too many counters, and he's only gone for one type of takedown, which is more of a clinch situation, and laying on the cage and got a stalemate. So if he tries to do his tit for tat with Nathan, that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get clowned in that strike up department.
And Nathan really likes to taunt. He's a very showy fighter. He is not afraid to intimidate you into forcing you to engage with him.
And there we go, the end of the first round. We saw one fighter get chased into the corner.
Money. I saw some great moments from both of these fighters. In my opinion, Nate is doing a great job of stalking Turbbit. He's setting up his strikes, but Turbbit is hanging. His footwork is good. He's moving. He's obviously well prepared for this fight. I'm very excited to see what strategy he continues to move on as these rounds get more difficult.
Yeah, I think both of us can agree. He needs to get in on those legs, you know. We see Nate sort of stalking him, and when it gets against the cage, it turns into a stalemate. But what Cody needs to do is really get down there and get the legs, wrap them up, take him down on the ground, and see how his groundwork is. I mean, we know Nathan can knock anybody out on their feet, but we don't know exactly where he stands on the ground.
Now, of course, Nate is also no slouch on the ground. He trains at Kaizen MMA. He is going to be very well versed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Is he going to be able to fight at a high level? That's something that we're still going to have to see. But at the same time, is he definitely more comfortable standing up? Absolutely. And that's something that Turbbit needs to be very aware of.
And here we go with round two. The story of round one was Nathan Boisvert chasing the Cody Turbbit into the corner every chance that he got. Unfortunately, there's no place for Cody to run to, so he's going to have to either counterattack or go back to the grappling and try to get something more offensive off this time.
Coming into round two, if Cody Turbbit has a takedown, he needs to shoot it. Obviously, he did the opposite. He pulled guard. A very rare move in the sport of MMA. Definitely something seen more in gi Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, not even that often in no-gi. But if that's where he feels more comfortable, that's where he needs to be, because he's definitely not comfortable standing up against Nate.
Yeah, so that seems to be the strategy. Remember, this is only second round, and he may have lost the first round on points, but he lost because he was outstruck. He lost because the clinch was a stalemate, so this is the only option left. Take it to the ground by takedown or pulling guard. So that's the first thing he did, was go straight to the ground.
So far, he did have one triangle choke attempt. It's not really much of a setup to it, but it's more action it's more offense than he's had for a long time.
And here goes the second one. It looks like that's what his bread and butter.
Setting it up on the other side. Like I said, although Nathan is a stand-up fighter, he has a very strong amount of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background. So it's not that he's completely clueless on the ground. I'm sure that he knows what he's doing, where he is. Now, pushing back on those legs when Cody is obviously looking for a triangle is not the best strategy, but at the same time, I think if Nate just stood right up,
and there he goes,
he would have the space. Cody was working more of an open guard, which if you're a stand-up fighter, that's exactly the kind of guard that you want to be faced with, because you can just stand up and get right back out.
Yeah, see, there's a threat of the up kicks, but what I wanted to mention was that during that ground exchange, Nathan was pushing him closer and closer to the cage. And then you never see that a lot.
Wow.
Jumping stomp to the body.
A huge jumping stomp. It looked like Nate also tried to secure the position down there. Had very little luck. Cody was very quick to try to re-half guard, but no success there either. Now they're back into a 50-50. Nate attacking from the outside. Cody looking for an up kick.
See, here's another stalling situation, just like we had against the clinch in the cage. But only problem with this position is that Nate can score with these leg kicks. I mean, Cody can possibly get a knockout or a knockdown with the up kick. But right now, Nathan is getting the points, and of course, the ref doesn't like what he sees.
It was really only a matter of time until they got stood back up. They're not going to stay in that position for much more than a few seconds unless somebody is really engaging. Going to see if Nathan can actually finish some of those shots. He did have some really great moments.
Yeah, but Cody's smart. He's moving away from the power. He's not trying to exchange, honestly.
He did. Nate actually coming through with a very nice overhand left there as Cody kind of rushed in. He's also working a really nice cross left hook to the body combination, which has landed a few times. A little bit of funk there now from Cody, getting a little fancy. Looks like he's kind of just digging into whatever he has.
Yeah, but Nate's seeing all of it. I mean, he's seen it all as far as strikeouts, as far as the striking department. So it's pretty dominant. He's almost playing with his food at this point. But we'll see if this changes. Maybe if Cody can get it to the ground again, then he can start working some more submissions, because he had a couple of submissions that almost landed hard.
Some big shots from Nate. Huge, very precise, very accurate, very well-placed shots from Nate. We're going to see if he can follow up with some more combinations like that. I don't think that Cody has much more defense in him if Nate really comes at him at that same pace for the rest of the fight.
If I was Nate, I would have a lot of confidence right now. I know that my one can land my 1-2, my 1-2-3s, landing combinations at will almost at this point. So I would just put it on, watch out for the counters though, but just put on the combinations that is probably muscle memory at this point in his career.
Really coming into this fight, I thought that the biggest advantage that Cody might have over Nate would be takedowns. Cody has shown that he's not much of a shooter. So without a shot and without attacking Nate's legs, you put yourself into a very dangerous position against a very talented kickboxer.
Yeah, and there we go. Another strike. He may have found another target with that leg kick. And like you say, he's very talented. You can see he's still walking. He's praying against Cody. So right now he's looking for a way to strike. And this may lead into a round 3 where he's going to have to land some more hard strikes and look for a dominant finish.
My only advice for Nate at this point would be to cut the cage off a little bit better. He is definitely walking down Cody Turbbit at every single turn, but at the same time, he's not cutting off the cage and forcing Cody into a corner. He's allowing him to continue moving his feet and continue moving away from him, forcing just a chase.
Yeah. You can definitely tell that Nate is more comfortable in the ring. That stalking style is better for Muay Thai, classical Muay Thai, but for MMA, like you said, Cody would just run away. Now you have the clinch situation, which may not be good for either fighter. And we'll see if the ref wants to split them apart. Yeah, not much to go on that. Let's see how round 3 pans out. Now, round 3, we're getting right into it. If I'm one of the judges, I'm putting Nate ahead of Cody right now. It seems like Cody had a few submission attempts, maybe a few counters, but it's really been Nate pouring it on the whole entire time.
Nate is most definitely controlling the pace of this fight. He's most definitely winning in the point system. Whether he can really solidify this finish is really going to come down to that TKO or that KO. If he leaves it in the hands of the judges, should he win this fight as of where we are right now? Yes, absolutely. But at the same time, how many fights have we seen where it doesn't go his way because he didn't get the finish?
Yeah, that's one thing he has to be wary of in this situation where, in MMA right now, the rule sets and all the way to judging hasn't exactly been solidified yet. And also just like the ref's decision as well, when to stop the fight, when to bring it back together. So he really has to make a definite statement. He can't just depend on skill alone. He has to make it known that he's the best fighter in today by getting a knockout.
And the shots are there. He places them well, he throws them well, he throws them very quickly, and the more volume he throws, the less defense Cody has for him. Cody's done a very decent job of stopping that one punch or stopping that one kick. But from there, he hasn't been able to really do much against Nate's combinations. Right now, again, Cody caught that kick, went in for a single leg takedown, but he didn't continue with the single leg. He moved himself back up into the clinch where Nate has definitely showed throughout the entire fight that he can easily match Cody in the clinch. Is he necessarily much better in that position? No, but he's not worse either.
Yeah, this clinch position may be the poison for Nate at this point because he's not scoring, he's not advancing. If anything, he's tiring himself out. while Nate remains up on the scorecards. So this just may be a matter of time at this point. There we go. He has a full clinch for a second, but once again, that won't work against a professional kickboxer who actually trains and fights Muay Thai.
Once again, if Cody had a nice double leg takedown in his game plan, maybe some ground and pound on top, that would be a very solid strategy against a guy like Nate. But he just hasn't proven that he's got that in his bag of tricks. So maybe Nate was just the perfect kryptonite for an up-and-coming fighter.
Oh, and there we go with the kicks. Nate is trying to lay it on now. I mean, this is what he needs to do. I'm sure he's had knockouts in his career. I've seen some of his fights and where he's put people on the canvas with head kicks, leg kicks. So he has the opportunity to do it now if he wants to really make his name known and make a shot at some great fights down the road. Either way, though, right now the scorecards have him way ahead in my book.
He's beginning to land, and the more volume he throws, the more he lands. But this one-shot, two-shot thing, although it's doing a great job of keeping Cody at bay, it's not really doing a whole lot of going towards finishing Cody.
Yeah, right now I can see the look at Cody's face. He's still in the fight. He has the conditioning to stay in there. He's still clear-eyed. He doesn't feel threatened. If anything, he feels disheartened because of the score situation. But he definitely has the potential to come back with a serious reversal, maybe a counter. But right now, he has no answers for Nate.
Both fighters very well conditioned. I mean, that's exactly what you would expect out of two flyweights. A fast pace from beginning to end. Two guys that can really push the limits of their cardio and their physical conditioning. That's definitely something that's been proven tonight. But Nate, once again, pretty much doing what he's been doing the entire time. Walking down Cody, and Cody just trying to hang on.
So let's see what happened. Nate threw a beautiful uppercut a few moments ago. Maybe he can land another one shot, but like you said, Isaiah, maybe he can go for some more combos and really break Cody down and then finish him off with a nice, one of those beautiful kicks to the leg, to the body, to the head, or just another beautiful knockout uppercut. Yeah, the pace is starting to slow down as the clock winds down.
And you know what? Nate's pace hasn't really gone up and down very much. Nate has been pretty calm and collected the entire fight. He's fought his fight the entire time, and that's Cody's main issue. He allowed himself to get into a stand-up fight against a very strong stand-up fighter, and now he's paying the price.
Yeah, I really like Nate's cage work. He doesn't seem threatened no matter how deep Cody gets. He's working the underhooks ever since the first round, really strong. Like I say, he cranks the up underhook so that Cody can't get too low in his legs. And like you were saying, Isaiah, going for that single, going for that double, it hasn't really been there for Cody.
It hasn't been there. He hasn't thrown it. Either way, coming towards the end of the fight now, it wasn't done. And that might have been just about the only option he had against a player like Nate.
And that's the bell sounds. That may be the nail in the coffin. And we'll see who the winner is after this. Welcome to Strike Off 7. I'm your host, Imani Mulaya. I'm here with my co-host, Alejandro Zaya.
Let's throw it up the mic in the cage.
We go to the judges' scorecards for the final decision. Brian Costello scores about 30-27. Luke Bellamere and Aaron Welling both scored about 29-28 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Nathan Smooth Boisvert.
Definitely a beautiful display of striking by Nathan Imani. He looked sharp, he looked crisp. In the future, he needs to realize that he's not in a tie ring. Obviously, he's in a cage. Cutting off those angles is going to give him a huge opportunity for some beautiful KO highlight reels. But until then, tonight he got the W, and that was the most important part.
Yeah, and you're right. I think we're going to see him back in the ring again doing kickboxing. We're going to see him in the cage doing MMA. So we're going to get back to some more fights here at Strike Off 7 after this commercial break.